It's the first round of high school football playoffs here in the state of Texas. And while first round matchups don't usually carry a lot of intrigue, this game is different. We've got the undefeated Vandergrift taking on Tom Ball Memorial out of Houston. This sets the stage for an intense and competitive matchup here in the first round. The Texas Longhorns are dealing with injuries all over the defensive side of the ball, but Texas Tech is not without their own injury problems. Quarterback Alan Bowman, he's still in the hospital with a complication to his collapsed lung. It's questionable as to whether or not he'll play in this weekend's game. It's been 9 years since Texas has added anything to this stadium, and that includes a Big 12 championship. Texas will take on Oklahoma this upcoming Saturday for just that. And given the struggles that Texas has endured over the past 10 years, nobody but this Texas team believed that they would be in this situation this year. With 2 losses in 2 weeks and the Texas Tech Red Raiders coming up on deck for the Longhorns, they know that they have to play much better than they did against West Virginia. That means cleaning up on the mental mistakes and the missed tackles. It's a position the Longhorns have been in far too often this year. Up big late in a game only to see the lead slip away. Against Texas Tech, however, Texas showed why they are still in Big 12 title contention. It's a spot they haven't been in 5 years.
Just thrilled to death to see our guys finish, see our guys respond. That's a couple times this year that we've been able to do that, and couldn't be prouder of our guys for their fight, for their grit, for their tenacity.
While head coach Tom Herman was impressed with the way the Longhorns handled adversity against Texas Tech, Herman says he's just as impressed, if not more so, with the way that quarterback Sam Ehlinger has grown from last year to this year.
You know, at the end of the day, he trusts himself a lot more than I think that he did in the past. And so when you trust yourself, it allows you to be more aggressive. You trust your knowledge of the offense. And we have given him a lot of freedom in terms of the things that we've allowed him to do at the line of scrimmage. And for the most part, he's been spot on. And he's being very aggressive without being reckless.
It's this trust that Sam Ehlinger has shown this year that's helped this Texas offense take off. Where once the Texas defense carried the Longhorns, it's the offense that's pushed Texas into Big 12 title contention. Jonathan Polasic, KXAN News. The bye week is usually a time to rest and recover, but Texas sees it as a time to go back to the basics.
A lot of it was working on ourselves. I mean, that's kind of what you use bye weeks for, is to go back and revisit the fundamentals that we haven't hit since camp, and kind of working on that. But no, we had a great couple days of practice, and we were very productive.
Despite the bye coming in during the Longhorns' 6-game winning streak, junior wide receiver Colin Johnson believes the Longhorns will be able to pick up right where they left off when they face Oklahoma State.
Work doesn't really stop. You know, we're still at practice working during the bye week. You know, we got some more time to rest or whatever, but I don't believe our momentum has stopped.
The Longhorns are coming off their bye this past weekend, and they've been pretty good against the run all year long, but they faced their stiffest test in Oklahoma State's Justice Hill.
Justice Hill can make anybody miss. The dude wants to make a big play every play, and he's a good running back. You just gotta run to the ball and rally, because I mean, he's, again, like I said, he's gonna try and make you miss.
And Hill certainly made the Longhorns miss last year. In 2017, he ran for 117 yards on this Longhorns defense. So stopping him will be key for Todd Orlando and his defense.
I know they got an explosive running back. We're going to have to stop him, and once we stop him, then Coach Orlando, he can call better play calling, and it makes it easy on him. So I feel like once we stop him, it'll be great things to happen.
Jonathan Polasic, KXAN News. It's the Red River Showdown between the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. Both teams come in ranked for the first time since 2012, and while the Longhorns understand the importance of this game, they're not changing the way they prepare.
The Texas-OU rivalry is one of the best in the nation, if not the best sporting rivalries. So to have both teams ranked in the top 25, both be undefeated in conference, this is how it should be. This is why you come to the University of Texas to play in this game.
I know just because it's a big game, you can't play any differently than you have before. You know, you have to be level-headed, you know what's at stake, but also just being able to trust your training and not go off of you know, because a lot of people will result back into they're most comfortable instead of being what they practice and what they've been coached all week.
the approach to the game is the same. You know, the routine, we don't change, things like that in our preparation. But, you know, when you're on the field, it's just a little different. It's hard to explain, but just passion and just, you know, just the game just speaks for itself. Just so much passion goes into the game. And
It's the 113th meeting between the Longhorns and the Sooners in the series history. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. this Saturday at the Cotton Bowl. The Longhorns are coming in with a lot of momentum, even though the Sooners have won 3 of the last 4 in this series matchup. Jonathan Polasic, KXAN News.